Hi, this is Margo. This is Sunday, July 1st, 2018, and this is going to be a quick update on looking at methane, and we might look at ozone too. Sulfur dioxide looks about the same as yesterday, but methane is really disturbing, and I'm on CAMS, my new favorite website, Atmosphere Monitoring Service, and we're looking down from the polar view, the North Pole, looking down, and this is methane at surface level, and this is measured by parts per billion. And if you watch some of my other videos, you'll see here's the graph down here, or the explanation chart showing you what these are in parts per billion. We're still having a lot of orange over the northern hemisphere. This is from the methane spike that we had at the end of May. That is gradually thinning out, but everything is still really green. Even this bright green is 1920 parts per billion. Now, just to get a reference, about 1250 parts per billion is where we have equilibrium, and so that's a lot less, and you don't even see that like on this chart hardly. That'd be way down here. So then when you get into this really orangey red, that's 1980 parts per billion. This red is 200, then 220, 240, and then this black is 75,600. And we have the latest data in. This is from UTC time, and it's from Saturday the 30th, so it's from yesterday, so we have back 4 days. But I'm starting with this latest data, and I've already loaded the movie, and this is quite disturbing to me, and we've got this heat wave going on all around the northern hemisphere. It's going from Midwest all the way across the United States. The temperatures are in record high numbers, and then it's record high in England and Scotland and all of this area. In Russia is really hot. Africa is burning up. Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, then the northern part of India, all of China and Asia there. It's a mess. And so let's just run this movie. I already had it loaded up. Here we go. And so you can look at where you're located and see how the methane is concentrated in your location or not. But we're going to look a little bit closer at two areas, specifically the east coast of the United States. You can see the methane actually over the ocean, and so I don't know if that's from all the toxic runoff and crap that they're dumping in the ocean over there. I know there are a lot of nuclear power plants over there, so there's probably radiation going into the ocean. I just don't have all the details, but this is so disturbing, and that's in these really high areas where all that heat wave is too. We're having crazy weather, and then you can see over England and Scotland, and then you see just over the ocean, like there's a big red blob that shows up over the Atlantic Ocean over here, and then you see Norway covered up, and then Siberia, and then you see it coming out of the Arctic, and then China's all red. I mean, it's like things are so hot. Things are so hot, people. I mean, it's just it's just blowing me away. I wasn't gonna do a video today. I'm really tired, but when I saw this, I thought I have to do a quick update just to show everyone. Okay, here we've got a closer view of the Arctic. So let's load this movie. And base time is from the 30th, and we're gonna see it from the plots view in a minute. While that's loading, let's go ahead and look. Now I've got the plots view already uploaded, and our data goes back to the 27th. And so after the 30th, we'll be in the forecast period. So this is actual data that will be running. And there's a lot of methane down in South America, in Argentina. Look. And Alaska has a lot of methane. You see that popping up in Alaska? And look at this off the east coast of the United States. We're watching things unravel right in front of our eyes. Seriously, right in front of our eyes. You can see it up here off the coast of Novaya Zemlya. Now that's into the forecast period. It'll start over in a second. Now, wow, you see all the red coming up out of the Arctic Ocean. See, here's England. So I think this is corresponding to that heat wave that we're seeing across the northern hemisphere. Definitely. We've got really strange ozone levels too. I'm going to show you. Okay, our movie is running over here. Let's see what we've got. It'll stop jumping when it starts back through the cycle. Okay, this is the Arctic view. I thought it was going to stop jumping. There we go. Look at Norway. Look at the United States and part of Canada. Look at this. There's the Arctic Sea, Arctic Ocean. Ooh, look at this red coming up here in the Arctic Ocean. See Alaska. They've got a lot of melting permafrost there as well. A lot of melting permafrost out of Siberia. So everyone's saying this is going to be the year for the Blue Ocean event. And it could happen. It could happen. And if we have that in the Arctic, then you're going to see dramatic, huge changes. It's going to be like overnight. So I want to look at ozone real quick. Their data goes back. Okay, they've got today's data in, so it's going to go from Wednesday through Sunday because it's UTC time. So let's come over here and load our ozone video, our ozone movie. And the ozone, okay, this is at total column right now. And you can see this blue, that's at 225 DU, that's Dobson units. And that's the lowest that we're seeing right now. but it's still thin even at 300 Dobson units. NASA says averages 300 DU, but in order to have an average you have to have higher and lower than that as well. So the blue at the bottom is the ozone, what they call the ozone hole in the Antarctic. But here's the ozone thinning in the same color around the equator, and it goes from 225 to about 275 DU, and then we go into the more chartreuse and the yellowy down here up into 300. Then more the solid yellow is 325 like here. So you can see that this whole northern hemisphere is really thin on ozone, and so this is letting through a lot of ultraviolet rays from the sun and cosmic rays, and these are dangerous. So I don't encourage anyone spending too much time out in the sun, especially with your skin just exposed. I mean, that's a good way to get severe sunburns and skin cancer and things like that. So let's look at ozone at surface level. Now this is where the bad ozone is created, is at surface level. And this is dramatic, what you're going to see. Look at the United States. You see that? And it increases in the daytime, goes away at night, because the sunlight interacts with the particulates and the pollution in the atmosphere and creates this bad ozone that's detrimental to our health. And the EPA says anything over 70 parts per billion, which is in that golden range here, if you breathe that for more than 8 hours a day, it's detrimental to your health. And you can see there are levels above that when you go over here, especially in China and Asia. Let's let that run. Now it's going into the forecast period. But there's some disturbing stuff here that I wanted to show everyone. We're going to start the movie over. First, we've got this green blob in the Pacific Ocean, and then we've got another one in the Atlantic, and they kind of stay there. They don't really dissipate. They might move a little bit. I'm thinking that this is ozone that's being created above the ocean level, where there could be dead zones with a lot of toxic chemicals and stuff that's interacting with the sunlight and the heat above the ocean, creating this surface level ozone. And you see that's pretty high. Even that green is like 50 parts per billion right there. And you see it over here too, off the coast of the Atlantic, and it just kind of like grows and morphs like a monster. Okay, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to show you. Let's go back here. Okay. I'm specifically looking at the United States. See this right off the east coast of the United States? This is being created over the ocean there, and that's 70 and 80 parts per billion. So that's where we saw that methane being created too. See that? And that's in the daytime, because yeah, that's like early in the day, or I'm not sure. So if that's at 0 UTC time, I think you take away 3 hours for Eastern time, 3 or 4 hours, so that's like in the middle of the night. So that's disturbing too. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong. Okay, 18. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. 18 UTC time. Then 21. So this would be at the end of the day, and then it's dissipating. But see how these levels go up across the United States during the day and across all of Europe and Northern Africa, and it covers Saudi Arabia and Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, and even up into Russia, and then it moves across. So this is just fascinating to me to see, because these are levels that if someone is sensitive, they would have a hard time breathing because of the bad ozone that's being created. You see this big area off the east coast of the United States. So, that's a highly populated region. There are a lot of nuclear power plants there. There's a lot of industry and is dumping all kinds of crap in the ocean. And then we've got it over China and India. And then look up here. It's in Russia too, Siberia. So this is quite interesting to me. And look, it's coming up in Africa. So I'll just let this movie run now. Now that you kind of know what to look for. And it's still over Greenland. I still don't know why it's forming over Greenland like that. Ooh, look. But, yeah, I think things are much worse than what they're telling us. You see it coming off the coast of South America there. And look, it's off the coast of Africa there. I don't even know why it would get that green over the ocean. Unless, like I said, it could be from dead zones. I just don't know. Look how red it is over here. This is watching things unwind. That's all I can say. Now, if you'd like to see sulfur dioxide, just to see how the volcanic activity is dispersing, we'll take a quick look at that, and then we'll look at climate reanalyzer real quick, and we'll wrap this up. I just wanted to make a quick update here. This is sulfur dioxide, and our data goes back to the 27th. That's when we saw that big plume out of Brazil. This is total column. So let's run this movie. You're going to see the Galapagos go off. There, those two volcanoes. And then you're going to see Indonesia go off over here. There, see? So all of that is still like spreading out. And see how that sulfur dioxide is really like covering the atmosphere, and that will deplete the ozone layer. Once that gets up there and starts dissipating into all these other particulates, that will tear it up. So there's that. Now it's into the forecast period. So climate reanalyzer, here are our temperatures from Sunday, July 1st. You can see things are super hot all across the world. You can see that the Arctic is even warmer. It's going into these darker green, which is above zero, and that's where the sea ice is melting. You can see it's even warmer across Novaya Zemlya and across the coast of Siberia and Russia. So I'm just going to click and we'll look at the different areas real quick. Look at it across Africa. Here's our chart over here in Celsius. Look at, here's Europe and England. And here's India. Look up here. Look at those zones. Those are really getting up there close to 40 Celsius. And then this is where the sea ice is melting and the methane's coming up. It's melting all the way across, but especially on the edges. And here's the flat view. So, you know, it's just not looking good to me. Look, you can see a difference. Just, I did an update yesterday even. You can see a difference in the sea ice just from one day. Here it is coming in from Alaska. There's South America. There's the Antarctic. So, you know, when people talk about the end and the end of all life, I think it's a spiritual topic. I don't know how it can't be. So, I really think our time is short. I recommend everyone get their spiritual houses in order and just let go. Let go of anger, let go of hatred, and get right with God and Jesus. Until next time, my name is Margo. My website is margoshealingcorner.com. I'm a hypnotist, holistic life coach, empathic spiritual healer. Until next time, God bless, go in peace, goodbye.